Hi, I'm Laura.
Hi, Morgan.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
So, what do you think about this weather?
I don't know. I don't really like it. Like, I like the rain sometimes, but like, I don't know. Today I'm just not feeling it. Sometimes like it's nice because I can like be inside and like watch movies, but like today I had to go to school, and so like I had to like walk outside in the rain to get to my classes, and like I just hate being wet and cold, and like it's just annoying.
It's a horrible feeling.
Yeah.
So, you said you went to school today?
Yeah.
What grade are you in?
I'm actually a senior, so I'm graduating this year.
That's
I'm
so
really
exciting.
excited. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What is your favorite subject?
I'd probably have to say English, just because like I don't know, I feel like I'm good at it. But yeah.
That's awesome. And you said your favorite subject's English, and you're a senior this year. Do you know where you want to go to college and what you want to do?
Honestly, like I have a few different options of like where to go to college, but I've been talking to my parents about like studying abroad this my first year.
Okay.
So I might do that instead of like jumping right into a major because I don't know what I want to do.
And that's okay if you don't know what you want to do.
Yeah.
Where would you want to go abroad to?
I really want to go to like somewhere in Europe. I haven't decided if I want to go to like Italy or like Spain yet, but like something like that.
Okay. That'll be really awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing a little bit about yourself with me. And I want to tell you a little bit about what we'll be doing here in the session today. So we're going to talk for 30 minutes, and we're going to just go over what brought you in today, and I'm going to ask you some questions, if that's okay. And we're going to figure out how to do some goal forming and how to get you into a better place where you want to be. And, sorry, I was about to sneeze. And,
Okay.
sorry. And we're gonna do goal forming. And then, at the end of the session, we're gonna just go over about what we talked about and go to plan a new session for you the following week if that's okay with you.
Okay.
So, before we get started, I would like to clarify a couple things with you. Everything you say here is confidential, unless it's causing harm to yourself, the elderly, children, or people with disabilities. And then that is when we have to take it to someone else so it could be properly dealt with and handled in the best way that is helpful for you.
Okay.
Is that okay? Yeah. Okay. So, can you tell me a little bit about what brought you in today?
Well, I have bipolar disorder,
Okay.
and it's just like really been hard recently, like dealing with my family and like friends, and like I've just been really depressed recently, like, and it's just been like hard to deal with and like, you know, keep going with life. Like I can't do fun things because like I just don't want to do anything, and then like, you know, I've missed some school because of it, because I'm so sad. And so like I don't know, I talked to my parents about coming in and just like trying to figure out what I should do.
Okay. That's good that you came, and it's great that you had the strength and the desire to go to your parents and want to get help and have them help you to better yourself. So that's really awesome that you did that. And I applaud you for just coming in. It's very hard to do. So you mentioned that you're depressed, you don't want to do things with your friends, and just a couple of things like that. So I wanted to just go ahead and touch on, you said that you are struggling with your friends. So can you elaborate a little bit on that for me?
Well, I don't know, like sometimes like they just want to go to the mall or to the movies, or even like just doing homework together after school, but like I don't know, sometimes I'm just like not in the mood. Like I just all of a sudden like I just feel like super sad and I don't want to like do anything. but like my friends don't understand, and like sometimes they think I'm mad at them, or like, you know, they know like that I have bipolar disorder, but they just don't understand. Like they don't really
Right.
get mental health and like stuff like that. And so, you know, like it's just hard to like explain to them why I don't want to do certain things with them. Like I wish I could do more, but sometimes it's honestly just feels like I can't.
Okay. And because of this feeling that they don't understand, do you feel like you have a disconnect with them?
Yeah, I mean it's hard because like none of them struggle with anything like this. So it kind of feels like I'm an outsider, like I'm an outcast, like I don't fit in, and like there's no one else that understands like what I'm going through. So like it does kind of feel like I'm disconnected from them because they kind of all can relate to each other, but no one can really relate to me.
Right. And I'm sure that's a very lonely feeling that you're going through.
Yeah, it's hard.
I'm sure it is very hard. And I'm sorry that you are feeling this way. So, because you're feeling disconnected with them and you feel like they don't understand,
Mm.
does it make you not want to go out with them anymore?
I mean, most of the time the reason I don't want to go out is because of like the way that I'm feeling, like as far as like just being depressed in general. But like sometimes, I mean, like yeah, it hurts my feelings when like they can't understand why I don't want to go. And so like having that like disconnect sometimes does like make me feel like I don't like want to go out with them because of
Mhm.
that. But at the same time, like if there's ever a time where I'm not feeling depressed and I like feel like I can go out and hang out with them, then like I will, even
Okay.
if I feel like they don't really understand me, because I just want to have like human interaction, you know?
Right, right.
Yeah.
That's completely understandable. So, you had mentioned that you get to feeling depressed. And when you are in this state of depression, um, how does that affect you? Does it affect your sleep patterns in any way?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, I yeah, like when I'm feeling depressed, it like affects like everything. Like I just shut down honestly, and I don't want to move. Like I don't want to get out of my bed.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to stay in bed all day and just sleep. And just like cuz like when I'm asleep, nothing's wrong, you know?
Right.
And like I'm just like so tired. It's almost like being depressed just makes you like tired cuz you just don't have the energy to like be happy. And so yeah, it definitely affects my sleeping just because like I want to sleep all day, but then like at night, like sometimes it's hard for me to sleep, and so I'll stay up like on my phone or watching Netflix just to like pass the time. But like I said earlier, it affects my school too because I think I've missed school because of it. And my
Yeah.
parents like understand pretty well like what I go through, so like they're understanding. Um, they're able to like figure out my school stuff and like get it approved that I'm like missing so many days without having to like get counted off for attendance. But it's still really hard because I feel behind in my classes and
Right.
stuff. But yeah.
So what I'm hearing you say is that you are struggling with sleeping, so you're getting on your phone and surfing the web, and you're you're struggling at school as well. You're getting behind,
Yeah.
and being behind. How does that? What does that do to you? Does it make you feel a certain way?
Yeah, like honestly, like sometimes I just feel dumb because like when I do go to school, like sitting in class when the teacher like asks a question or like even when they're just talking about something, like sometimes I have no idea what's going on and I'm just like I just feel dumb. Like I feel like I'm scared like the teacher's gonna call on me because I would have no idea how to answer it. And sometimes like it's a simple question that I feel like everyone else probably knows, and so if I don't know, everyone's just gonna think I'm stupid or that I'm lazy and that like I just skip school because I want to, and like I said, like no one understands. So it's frustrating, and it's just it like gives me anxiety because like I don't want people to think that I'm like lazy and like dumb. Yeah, so it's hard being behind.
But you're doing a very good job. You're in your senior year and you're still pushing through, so that's really awesome.
Thank you.
You said that you feel like you're behind and people might think that you're dumb or lazy. So, do you feel like with that, you also earlier you stated that your friends, you kind of had this like lonely feeling. Would you say that you're getting the same feeling when you're at school, like you're just kind of alone in it?
Yeah. I mean, like all my friends, like I said, they like all relate to each other. None of them really, I mean, that I know of, none of them really deal with any mental health issues. Like, I don't know. So it's like, I feel like I'm the only one at the school that like really is dealing with something. And sometimes it feels like my friends don't even care that I'm going through something. Like, I know they care about me, but I mean, like, I think it's hard for them too to like try to understand, and they feel like they don't want to like step on my toes and like
Right.
offend me by asking questions and like getting to know what I'm feeling. But like, honestly, I just wish they would, because then like I wouldn't feel so alone and like misunderstood.
When you get home from school, what does your day look like with struggling with this disorder that you have?
Um, well, when I get home, like, depending on like what mood I'm in, like I want to do homework, I'll do homework if I'm like feeling up to it. But sometimes I just want to go to bed and just like relax. I like spending time with my parents when they're home. So, you know, whether that's like um, helping my mom cook dinner, or I don't know, talking to my dad while he's like outside working on the car, doing something in the garage. Like, it's nice just being able to relax and come home somewhere where like they understand what I'm going through, and so I can just like be myself around them. So I guess like after school, yeah, I just come home, hang out with my parents. Sometimes I do homework. We just kind of like eat dinner, and then I don't know. Um, I don't know. Sometimes I just watch TV, go to sleep if I'm really tired. Because usually on the days when I go to school, like I obviously haven't slept all day, so I can sleep at night on those days. So yeah.
That's good. When it comes to your family, you say you come home, you hang out with them. Seems like your parents are supportive of you.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone in your family that is just not supportive? The fact that you are struggling with bipolar disorder?
Yeah, I mean, like I'm an only child, so like I don't have any like other siblings.
Okay.
But my grandparents live close by, and like we all go to the same church, and you know they're pretty close to like we're close to them and we see them often. But they don't get it. Like, you know, they just think that I can just pray about it
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be fine. They think that like if I just got off my phone and like I don't know, did more things like of the things that they like to do,
Mm-hmm.
like be outside and stuff. You know, they just think that they have all the solutions, and that like if I do what they, you know, say that I should do,
Mm-hmm.
then my problems will be fixed and I won't feel depressed and I won't feel sad. But like it doesn't work like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard because they don't understand it, and yeah, it's just it's almost like they don't believe me. Like they just don't think that I have an issue. And so they're very insensitive about it.
So your grandparents feel like it's not a real problem that you have, and if you just threw away your social media and changed your lifestyle, basically, you wouldn't be struggling with this disease.
Yeah.
That must be really tough to be experiencing in your own family.
It is hard, yeah. Especially since I love them. I mean, they're my grandparents. It's just, I guess they grew up in a different time. They don't understand it, so.
Right. So you're struggling with your friends accepting you and understanding, and you're struggling with your grandparents as well. How does all of this reside in you? How does it make you feel like having this disease? Like, how does this?
Sorry, I don't understand.
how does this when you struggle with this on your day-to-day life,
Mm-hmm.
does it make you frustrated or just fall more into a manic state of being sad because
You mean like knowing that I don't have support from my
yeah.
grandparents and friends? Yeah, that definitely makes it worse because I don't want to feel the way I do, and so like when my grandparents almost like make me feel bad about feeling that way. Like my friends don't get it, and so sometimes I feel alone, and that can like make me feel even more depressed. And like a lot of times when I'm depressed and I feel like when I'm in those manic things or whatever, like I feel depressed and I don't know why. And then when I feel alone or I feel guilty for having, these issues because of what my grandparents say, like it definitely does add on to like my depression, and it's very frustrating.
Okay. I can see why you would be frustrated over that. It's
Yeah.
very hard to go through. And do you ever feel like when you're at school or even in your household that because of this diagnosis, that you're being treated differently? Like you said, people are walking around tiptoeing around your feelings. Do you feel that way across the board, or do you think it's just your friends?
I mean, like I've noticed that like my parents obviously know, so like they don't really treat me any differently because we're very open about it at home. But as far as like other people, like my teachers, I can tell that sometimes they can tell. I don't know, sometimes they can just read how I'm feeling. Like they can just tell that I'm not in the mood to answer their questions, so they'll just kind of leave me alone. And I've had some teachers like, ask me how I'm doing because I've missed so much school, and asking if there's anything they can do to help, which is really nice. And then yeah, my friends like tiptoe around my feelings, like they don't want to hurt my feelings, which is understandable, and like it shows that they care, but
Right.
it's also kind of frustrating because I want them to ask, because if I just unload it all on them, what if they don't really want to know? I don't want to like talk about myself too much and like just go all crazy on them,
Right.
So I kind of wish they would ask just so I know that they actually do want to know. But yeah, as far as like people like strangers, I don't really pay attention, so I don't know.
Right. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but would you say that you feel like you're a burden to your friends if you were to express how you were, what you were feeling, what you were going through?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, because like I don't want to tell them things without them asking, because what if they don't want to know? Like what if it's too much for them,
Right.
Like they don't have to deal with anything like this, so they might just kind of like be overwhelmed if I tell them like what I'm going through and like the amount of sadness that I feel at a time and like how depressed I can get. And since they don't understand, like they don't understand how I can just lay in bed and not want to do anything fun,
Right.
And so yeah, I feel like sometimes I do feel like a burden sometimes to my friends. So
And when you're going through these feelings, has there ever come a point in your life where you wanted to do self harm
well,
from your disorder?
yeah, a few years ago, like when I first started high school, I was like a freshman. It was really hard making the transition from like for different schools, like starting high school is really scary, and it was really hard. It was a huge adjustment, and I thought about, harming myself, but like I said, I'm very open with my parents. We can be very open about what I feel, and so I like told them about it before I actually ever tried anything, and they wanted me to see a counselor, and so I talked to someone about it, and I mean, I ended up never hurting myself. I don't think I really wanted to. I was just in so much pain,
Right.
it crossed my mind. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it crossed my mind. But that was in the past. Like, I've grown a lot since then, and I haven't thought about it in a while. So
That's really awesome.
yeah.
So you said you went to a counselor.
Mm-hmm.
Did they put you on any medication or refer you to get medicated?
Well, before that, I had already been like seen and diagnosed with bipolar disorder. So I've been on a medication. I don't know what it's called, honestly. Probably should, but for my moods and like depression and stuff. And like, I don't know, it helps, I guess, but I still feel sad a lot. So.
Do you see a difference between the times where you're not medicated and when you are medicated?
I mean, I was diagnosed, let's see. I wasn't too young, but since I've been diagnosed, I haven't really not taken my medication.
Okay.
So I don't really know. I can't really think back that far to see if there have been any differences.
Okay.
Because I was also younger, dealing with different things in my life, you know, so I don't know.
And so we have covered a lot of questions, and hearing you tell me your different feelings and what you're going through helped me get a very good understanding, or a better understanding of you.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to move forward and see what we can do to help you reach the goal as to why you came in today. So, has there been anything that you have tried? You have said that you don't want to go out with your friends because you just rather stay in bed. You just get so sad. You rather stay in bed. You don't want to do anything with your family sometimes when you're in the manic high and manic lows. Has there been anything that you have tried to put into action to help that?
I mean, like sometimes when my friends ask me to go out, even if I don't really feel like it, there's been times where I've like made myself go. And honestly, it felt good because it felt like I was conquering my disorder and like taking control of it and not letting it control me in my life. So it did feel good. I mean, I still felt depressed and I still didn't really necessarily want to be out and about, but I was able to enjoy it some, and just the feeling of conquering and like getting out of bed, knowing that I could have just stayed. That did feel good.
Okay. So getting up and going out with your friends and hanging out with them made you feel kind of like a warrior, like you could achieve it, and it made you feel really good about yourself?
Yeah.
Correct? Okay, that's awesome. That's really good. And so coming in today, can you reiterate one more time for me what you wanted your goal to be?
I just wanted to know like how to deal with this better.
Okay.
Like, I'm obviously on medication, but I want to be able to take steps forward and like take control of my life and like, you know, figure out ways that I can deal with this better to not, you know, to help me not be so miserable sometimes.
Okay. I think that's a great goal to push towards.
Yeah.
So is there any goal basing off of what you said that you can think of that you would like to try as we move forward?
I mean, yeah, like I said, like when, like sometimes I'll make myself go out when I don't want to, and that did help. So I guess like maybe doing that more often, and like having like a certain time, like certain amount of times a week that or a month or something that I, you know, make that conscious effort to take control and like do something even when I don't want to.
Okay.
I think that might be a good goal to like start with.
Okay. So would you say trying to do your goal, maybe going out, is there like a reasonable amount of time that you can see yourself going out and being with your friends or with your family? One that's realistic, that's not too hard for you to reach.
I mean, like when I'm feeling really happy and I'm having a really good week,
Mm-hmm.
it's not hard. And so I think my goal should be for the weeks when I'm not feeling too good.
Yeah.
I think right now, I think a good goal would be once a week
Okay.
on those weeks that I don't feel good to like make a conscious effort to go out with my friends or go out with my family and just step out of my comfort zone and do something.
That's a good goal.
Yeah.
I think that's very achievable for you. So you are, we're setting this goal,
Mm-hmm.
and looking at the goal, I want to just ask you, when do you think was the last time that you felt genuinely happy? Is there a time that you can think of that before you were diagnosed with this, or like even during your diagnosis?
Yeah, there was a time in my life last year. There was a month where I had a really good month, and I was happy pretty much that whole month with
Okay.
no super huge lows. And I'm trying to think of what specifically happened in that month, but I just remember feeling happy all the time, and it was really nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the weather. It was around the fall time, which is my favorite season. And honestly, the weather has a lot to do with my mood, so I think that might have been why. But there were probably other things too. But yeah.
What did your family and friends notice that was different?
Well, my friends noticed that I wanted to like do things with them more. I mean, like we went trick or treating for Halloween and like, just did some other fun things and like, I mean, I really didn't say no to them that month, when they asked me to do things, and like same with my family, and it was just nice. Like, I think they definitely could tell a difference.
Okay. And so putting that on a scale from 0 to 10, 0 being that you just don't care and
Mm-hmm.
don't want to try, but 10 being that like you're excited, you want to do it, where would you put yourself on the scale, like having that month, looking at that month where you're at?
Mm-hmm.
Would you want to be on the 10 part of the scale, or would you not care to go back to that time where you were just so happy that month and wanting to hang out with your friends?
I would say honestly probably a 10, because like, I mean, who wouldn't want to be happy?
Right.
Like, yeah, I would say a 10.
So those are some really good goals that we can get you back up to that month where you were a 10 and you were excited and you were happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that starting off with putting yourself out there once a week and engaging yourself with your friends and family, and it doesn't even have to be for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
but just being able to put yourself out there and just kind of going back into things.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to just kind of clarify, talk about what we discussed here.
Mm-hmm.
And you came in, you were feeling like your friends don't understand you, your grandparents don't understand you, school doesn't understand you, that you're behind, and it's getting really frustrating for you because you feel like you're not matching up to the level of your other peers in your class.
Yeah.
And your family, your parents are really supportive of what you are doing, though, and but you really want to make a change to become stronger and to be kind of in that spot where you were a month during that time of the month, and getting to that place and trying to figure out how to get there.
Yeah.
Is that all correct?
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to say we're actually coming to a close,
Mm-hmm.
and we're running out of time, but I just want to say thank you for coming in. It was a really, really good pleasure meeting you, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Would that work for you?
Yeah.
Coming in next week?
Next week's fine, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming in. It was great meeting you.
Thank you.
Mhm.